Hello students, welcome to the second lecture on the lecture series on averages. Okay, so what we will be covering in this lecture is we will be covering some exercise problems. Okay, previously we have discussed all the basic concepts that is need to ace in the various competitive exams, right? So let's cover some exercise problems. Okay, so this is the lecture number 2 in this lecture series. So problem number 1. So it tells us that the height of three students are 150 centimeter, 160 centimeter, and 170 centimeter. Okay. So if all these three numbers represent three students' height, then calculate their average height. So we know that the formula for average height. So AVG height total cumulative height, right? That is the addition of all the heights, total number of indexes. That is equal to what? 150 plus 160 plus 170 whole by 3, right? So this will be how much? So this will be 480 by 3. So this will be 120, right? So the answer will be 120. The average height of three students will be 160. Okay, so 160 will be the average height of all these three students. So let's see the step-by-step solution. So first what we did was we added all the heights. Then we got the total height as 150 centimeter, 160 centimeter, 170 centimeter is equal to what? 480 centimeter, right? So step 2 was to divide by the number of students. So average height is equal to total height or total cumulative height by number of students or number of indexes is equal to 480 by 3 is equal to 160 centimeter. Okay. So the average height is 160 centimeter. So let's see problem number 2, what it brings us. So the score of a team in 5 matches is 80, 85, 70 and 90 and 95. Okay. So we want to calculate their average score. Okay. So AVG score is equal to 80 plus 85 plus 70 plus 90 plus 95. Okay. Whole by what? Total number of indexes, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total number of indexes is 5. So let's see what will be the answer. So step 1 is adding all the scores or getting the total cumulative score, that is equal to 80 plus 85 plus 70 plus 90 plus 95. So it will be 420, right? So 420 is the total cumulative score. So dividing the number by the number of matches or the number of indexes. Okay, that is the number of matches is equal to 5 actually. So 420 by 5 because the total cumulative score was 420. Okay. So what we are here at is 84. Okay, so the average score is actually 84. Okay, so the average score for the team will be 84. So let's see problem number 3. So in a class, the score of 10 students in a test are 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 65, 60 and 55. Okay, so calculate their average score. Okay, we know that the average score formula is average score is equal to total cumulative score whole by total number of indexes, right? So step 1 is to add the scores. So total score will be 70 plus 75 plus 80 plus 85 plus 90 plus 95, 100 plus 65 plus 60 plus 55 is equal to what? 775. Okay. So divide that number by the number of students. So average score is equal to total score by total number of students. That is equal to 775 by 10 is equal to nothing but 77.5. So the average score will be 77.5. Okay. So let's see problem number 4. So calculate the average of the following set of numbers, that is 45, 62, 78, 89, 95 and 102. Okay, then again what we'll be doing? We'll be using the formula average score. Average number is equal to total cumulative count whole by count of indexes. Or we can also say that number of indexes. Okay, so let's see. So adding all the numbers 45, 62, 78, 89, 95, 102, what we have is 471. Okay, so then count the total number of values in the set, which is 6, and then divide the sum 471 by the total number of values, that is 6. So 471 by 6 is equal to 78.5. So the average is nothing but 78.5. Okay, so the average became 78.5. If the numbers that we want to calculate the average of is 45, 62, 78, 89, 95 and 102. Okay, let's see problem number 5. So the average score of a basketball player for the first 5 games is 24 points. So total cumulative score in first 5 games will be is equal to 24 into 5, right? Because average is 25, 24, so it will be 120, right? So if the player scores 32, 28, 26 and 30 points in the next 4 games, okay, so total cumulative of next 4 games is equal to what? 32 plus 28, 32 plus 28 plus 26 plus 30 whole by 4, right? Sorry, total cumulative will be just their addition. So it will be what? 32 plus 28 is equal to 60, 90, 116. So 116 is the total cumulative. Okay, 116. Okay, so the average will be, so average total average, that is including these all these 9 games, is equal to what? 120. Total cumulative of first 5 games and total cumulative of next 4 games, that is 116 whole by 9, right? That is 5 plus 4. This is equal to what? So this is equal to 120 under 240, so 236 by 9, right? So this will be by 3, so it will be, no, it won't be divided by 3, right? 236 by 9. Okay, so this is what we are at. So the average will be this much. Okay, so total cumulative of the next 4 games will be 116 and 5 games will be 120 points for the first 5 games to the points from the next 4 games. So 120 plus 116 is equal to 236 points. Okay, so count the total number of games, which is 5. So first 5 games plus 4, next 4 games, okay, is equal to 9 games, right? So 236 by 9 is equal to 26.22. So this will be the average score, okay, of a game for the given team. Okay, so 26.22 will be the correct answer. So let's go forward with question number 6. So the average of 5 number is actually 15. So total cumulative, okay, 5 numbers is equal to what? 15 into 5 is equal to 75, right? If that is equal to 75 and 20 is added now, then what will be the new average? So the new average is equal to 75 plus 20 by 5 plus 1, because a new one is added to it. Okay, so this is equal to what? 95 by 6. So this will be the new average. Okay, so finding the sum of the original numbers, that is sum of the original numbers is equal to average by into total number of indexes, that is equal to indexes were 5 and total cumulative average was 15. So total cumulative count will be 75. So finding the sum of 6 numbers, okay, sum of all numbers is equal to sum of original number plus new number is equal to 75 plus 20 is equal to 95. So calculate the new average. So new average is equal to sum of all numbers by total number of indexes. Okay, so that will be 95 by 6 is equal to what? 15.83. So the new average is actually approximately 15.83. Okay, what is problem number 7? So the average weight of a group of students is 60 kg. Okay, so if a new student weighing 70 kg is actually included here, so what will be the new average weight? Okay, so average weight of a group of students is 60 kg. So 60 into what? total student in group. Okay, so this much will be total cumulative weight. Okay, so if a new student weighing 70 kg is actually included, okay, so this much, so 6, let it be x equal to x. Okay, 60 into x plus 70. Okay, then what will be the new average weight? So let's see. So sum of original weights is equal to average into number of students. So sum of original weight is equal to sum of original weights into new students weight. So calculating the new average, so sum of all weights by total number of students. So the new average will be greater than 60 kg. Okay, because the average was 60 kg, and we have seen the concept of impact of new data. Okay, since the new data is here greater than only one data is included, okay, or impacts the original data set. So the new data is since having more weightage, that is it has 70 kg, that is more than 60 kg, that is the average of the group. So that is why the average will shift increase. Okay, so 60 kg average will be average weight increases. Okay, so let's see problem number 8. So the average age of a group of friends is 25 years. Okay, given that the average age of a group is 25 years. If a new friend whose age is 40 years joins the group, what will be the new average age? Here average age is equal to 25 years, right? And new data is greater than average, right? So this implies average increases. Okay, so the new average of the group will be more than 25 years. Okay, so finding the sum of original ages is equal to what? Average into number of friends. So sum of all ages is equal to sum of original ages plus new friends age. So calculate the new average. So it will be sum of all ages by total number of friends. So the average age will be greater than 25 years for sure. Let's see problem number 9. So the average monthly rainfall in a city over 6 months is 45 millimeter. If the city experiences a very wet month with 120 millimeter of rainfall, then what will be the new average monthly rainfall over the 7 months? Okay, so over the 7 months, what will be the new average? So let's see. So calculating the total rainfall, so it will be 6 months into 45. Okay, that is equal to 270 millimeter. So additional rainfall in the wet month will be 120. That is equal, so the total cumulative becomes 390 millimeter. So count of the total number of months, which is 6 plus 1 is equal to 7 months, right? So dividing the total rainfall by the total number of months to get the average rainfall, that is equal to 55.71 millimeter. Okay, so the new average monthly rainfall is approximately 55.7 millimeter. So let's see problem number 10. Okay, given that the average temperature in a city for the first 5 days of June is 78 degree Fahrenheit. So if a heat wave causes the temperature to rise to 92 degree Fahrenheit for the next 3 days, okay, then what will be the new average temperature for the 8-day period? Okay, given that the average temperature of city in the first 5 days is 78 degree Fahrenheit, so cumulative becomes 78 into 5. Okay, for the first 5. Then what we have is, if a heat wave causes the temperature to rise to 92 degree Fahrenheit for next 3 days, so 92 into 3, right? Then what will be the average temperature for the 8-day period? Okay, so this is equal to whatever whole divided by this will be the cumulative what temperature, and the number of days will be 8. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. So this will be equal to 390 degree Fahrenheit by 8. Okay, 390 degree plus 276. So this is the cumulative of first 5 days. Next, or heat wave days. Heat wave days. So the total cumulative count becomes 666 degree Fahrenheit. So count the total number of days, which is 5 plus 3 is equal to 8 days, right? So dividing it by 8, that is dividing 666 with 8. So we are left with 83.25 degree Fahrenheit. So the new average temperature is 83.25 degree Fahrenheit. So let's see problem number 11. So the average of 4 number is 15. Okay. So 4 into 15 is equal to what? 60. So the cumulative count of the 4 numbers is 60. Okay. Or their addition is actually 60. 3 of the numbers are 10, 20 and 15. So 60 minus 10 minus 20 minus 15 is equal to what? So this is 30, 45, 45. So 60 minus 45 is equal to 15. So this is the what? Fourth number. Because adding all these three, that is 15, 10, 20 and 15, what we are left with is 60. Okay. Since we are given three numbers, we can just subtract adding those three numbers from the cumulative count, that is 60, and we get the fourth number. Okay. So let's see the step number 1. So find the sum of the given numbers, that is 10, 20, 15 is equal to 45. So use this formula for the average to find the missing number. So sum of numbers by total number of indexes is equal to average. So 15 is equal to 45 plus fourth number by 4. Okay. So solve for the missing number. So 15 into 4 is equal to 45 plus fourth number, that is equal to 15. Right. 60 minus 45 is equal to 15. So fourth number is nothing but 15. So let's see problem number 12. So the average of 5 numbers is actually 18. Okay. So 4 of the numbers are 20, 15, 25 and 30. Then what is the fifth number? What is it? So average of 5 number is 18. So 18 into 5 is equal to what? 90 cumulative count. Okay. So 4 of the numbers are 20, 15, 25 and 30. So what we can do is subtract 20, 15, 25 and 30 from it. So what we are left with is 90 minus 20 is equal to 70 minus 15 is equal to 55 minus 25 minus 30 is equal to 0. Okay. So the fifth number is, this is actually equal to 0. Okay. So let's see. So find the sum of the given numbers. So 20 plus 15 plus 25 plus 30 is equal to actually 90. So use the formula of average to find the missing number. So sum of numbers by total number of indexes is equal to averages. So 80 is equal to 90 plus fifth number whole by 5. So 18 into 5 is equal to 90 plus fifth number. So fifth number is actually nothing but 0. So the fifth number is 0. So let's see problem number 13. The average age of 6 numbers is, the average of 6 number is 24. So 6 into 24 is equal to cumulative count, right? So 5 of the numbers are 30, 25, 20, 35, 40. Okay. So 6 into 24 is equal to what? 120. So 144 minus 30 minus 25 minus 20 minus 35 minus 40. Okay. So what is the sixth number? So let's see. So find the number of sum of the given number, that is 30 plus 25 plus 20 plus 35 plus 40 is equal to 150. Okay. Sum of their numbers is 150. Solve for the missing number. So 26 into 6 is equal to 150 plus sixth number. So sixth number will be nothing but 144 minus 150 is equal to minus 6. So the sixth number is actually minus 6. So let's see problem number 14. In a dataset of 10 test scores, you have scores for 9 tests, that is 85, 92, 78, 88, 95, 89, 79, 90 and 91. Okay, so find the missing score that would make the average 90. So step 1 is calculate the sum of the known scores. So these are the known scores, right? And adding them, what we are left with is 794. To find the missing score, let x be the missing score. Okay, we assume here x to be the missing score. So we want the average to be 90, right? So 794 plus x whole by 10 is equal to 90. This must have been happening. So solve for x. So solving for x, 794 plus x is equal to 90 into 100. 10 is equal to 900. So subtracting, we get x is equal to 106. So the missing score is actually nothing but 106. So in a survey, 20 people were asked to rate a product on a scale of 1 to 10. So the average rating was found to be 7.5. Okay. 20 people were asked to rate a product. Okay. And average was 7.5. So 20 into 7.5 is equal to 150. Sorry, 15. No, it will be 7.5, right? So it will be 150. 20 into 7.5 is equal to 150. Okay, so the average rating was this much. So if you know that 15 people actually rated product as 8, okay, so it is 15 into 8 plus 5 into 6. 5 people rated it as 6. So what is the average rating for the remaining respondents? Okay, so since there are total 20 respondents and we have covered 15 and 5, that is equal to 20, so there are no respondents left in this case. Okay, so this is just a little bit of tricky question. There is nothing to calculate here. So let's calculate the sum of the known ratings. So it will be 15 into 8 plus 5 into 6 is equal to 120 plus 30 is equal to 150. So calculate the sum of the all the ratings. So 20 people into 7.5 average is equal to 150. So the sum of the ratings of the remaining respondents, comma, subtract the sum of the known ratings from the total sum. So 150 minus 150 is equal to 0. Okay, because the number of persons that are involved or we have the data is all clear. So the average rating of the remaining respondents is actually 0. So let's see problem number 16. A student's performance is evaluated based on two exams. One is exam A, one is exam B. So one is out of the first one is out of 40 and the second one is out of 60. They are called A and B respectively, exam A and exam B. So the student scores 30 in exam A and 45 in exam B. Calculate their weighted average score if the exam A has weightage of. So use the weighted average formula. So weight 1 into score 1 plus weight 2 into score 2 whole by weight 1 plus weight 2. So this is equal to nothing but 60 plus 45 by 3 is equal to 105 by 3 is equal to 35. So this is the correct answer. So weighted average score is 35. So let's see problem number 17. A school project consists of a written project. Okay. Consists of a written project. Weight 3 and a presentation weight 2. If student scores 80 on the report and 90 on the presentation, calculate the weighted average score. So use the weighted average score. What we are left with is this 3 into 80 plus 2 into 90 whole by 5. So 240 plus 180 whole by 5 is equal to 420 by 5 is equal to 80. So the weighted average score is 80. Okay. So let's see the problem number 18. So the average score of a student in 3 subjects is 75. So the first subject has weight 2, second student scores 85. In the second student subject weight is 3. The student scores 70. Calculate the score of students needs in the third subject, that is weight 4. So to maintain an average of score 80. So set up an equation using the weighted average formula. So weight 1, weight 2, weight 3 and score 1, score 2, score 3. So weight 1, weight 2, weight 3 added in the denominator. So substituting these values, what we are left with is, we are left with 295 by, so this is equal to 73.75. So the students need to score approximately 73.75 in the third subject to maintain an average score of 80, right? So let's see problem number 19. You have 3 exams. Exam 1 is worth 20%, exam 2 is worth 30%, exam 3 is worth 50%. So you scored 85, 92, 78 on these exams respectively. So calculate the weighted average grade. Calculating the weighted average contribution of each exam is equal to 20%, 85 is equal to 17, right? 30% of 92 is equal to 27.6, 50% of 78 is equal to 39. So adding up the weighted average contribution, 17 plus 27.6 plus 39 is equal to 83.6. So the weighted average grade is this much, that is 83.6. So let's see problem number 20. A store sells 3 types of items: shirt, pant and shoe. Okay, so the store's revenue from selling shirts is actually 5,000 only. From selling pants is 7,500 rupees. So from selling shoes is 10,000 rupees. So calculate the average weighted formula per item. So if they sold 500 shirts, 300 and 200 shoes. Calculating the total revenue. So 5,000 plus 7,500 plus 1,000, 10,000 is equal to 22,500. Shirt, pants, shoes. So calculate the total number of items sold. That is 500 plus 300 plus 200 is equal to 1,000 items. So calculate the weighted average revenue per item. That is equal to 22.50. So weighted average revenue per item is 22 whole and 50. Let's see problem number 21. The average age of a group of 6 friends is 25 years. Okay. So if the age of 5 friends are 22, 24, 25, 28, 30. What is the average age of 6th friend? This is a similar kind of problem, so we can do it by the same approach. Finding the sum, we got the sum as 130, the given numbers. So find the age of 6th friend using the average formula. So total age is equal to average age into total number of friends is equal to 150. So age of 6th friend is equal to 150 minus 130 is equal to 20. So the 6th friend has the age 20 years. Okay. So till now we have covered very different kind of questions and topics and concepts involved in the topic averages. So that's all for now. We have now finished all the exercise problems and we will continue to do so more problems in the next lecture. Okay. Thank you for your time.